Good evening. Welcome back to inthekhud. This is 18th October 2022, 6:23 p.m. and I'm 7 minutes early today. And I'm trying to sound very energetic and all fun, but it's just an act because I am as dead as I could possibly be. Roll that intro if I had one. Bruh. The best part about, I would say, the recent last 1 week or so since I made that video of I'm changing my schedule, I haven't really implemented it in terms of getting like 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. That is definitely still not happening. Bruh. Which is definitely which is one of the biggest contributing factors to why I am dead. But one amazing thing that happened out of it is I habit stacked. This is a concept from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Habit stacked drinking coffee, which I do every single evening at around this time, with the inthekhud recording. So I was like, I don't want to put the camera, even though it's like just clicking a few buttons here and there, but I cannot just drink coffee. I have to record something with it because it's like, it's easy enough to just be like, no, I don't want to do it. It takes like just that little extra edge to be like, okay, this is one thing that I've been so consistent for the past 83 videos. This is going to be the 83rd one, I don't know, 83rd, yeah. Let's just continue. This makes so much sense. So we'll get to why I'm so dead right now towards the end of this session. Just quickly go through how the day was. Woke up at 6 o'clock, took snowy down. Body sore from yesterday's workout. So one big or major thing that's happening in life is yesterday evening, as I had mentioned in the vlog as well, I was in kind of two minds whether to join the gym or not, because consider a couple of different factors. One is it is like walking distance, so that's not so much of a problem, but the other was like the fees of the year is like 25k. And I recently made a purchase of a similar amount for my headphones. So I was wondering, how do I keep making such investments every single month? Then like finally dad said, go ahead, do it. I'm like, okay, fine. Bruh. I went yesterday, I did back and biceps. My lats have been sore all day long. Like my body is just very, very sore since the time I've woken up. And it's not like sore as in you injured sore as in sweet pain. It feels like, okay, the body's growing in the background. That's a nice kind of sore. Now I will see. It shouldn't be a problem to just go and do my regular workout today as well, because in the morning I was so tired, I just wanted to sleep, but then I was like hustle, so I dragged myself to make those almonds that I had to, and that was the entirety of the work done today. I will show you ice cream, Magnum ice cream 12. I've made 12 versions of this thing because of course you don't want to miss out on any sort of, just close volumetric for a while. I'll let the render play here and I'll let viewport be here. So this is what our current progress is. I will say we are 90 or 92% done with the entire work. Okay, this is material. Go to render. This is all happening in EV. God. So majority of the day today was in these almonds, right? If you see, I modeled these almonds and then I texture painted them using those images. The problem is I have made this object a collision object with friction of 1, and when I was seeing it earlier, it was just sticking. These particles were sticking to the surface of the ice cream. Now they're not. It's just very weird. Sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't stick. Maybe something to do with cache, I don't know, something to be figured out. But yeah, it was looking nice. It was just sticking to the surface. One more important thing I came across as a problem is if I render this frame right now. Oh, see, this is again one random thing. Sometimes you render, you do see the instances of these almonds falling down. Sometimes you render, you don't. So I don't know, I think the solution for that is this emitter thing. I'm going to select this in Control A, make instances real. So that will make a bunch of those almond as objects, and then in that case it will render without any problem. Still have to figure why it's not sticking to the ice cream though. And then once that happens, then we have the final reveal. So one mistake I did is, I'll just show you how the final reveal looks. I had to do the texture painting for the final reveal again, which is also one reason which contributed to the headache. Because when I was making the texture paints for those 5 almond pieces, what ended up happening is I messed up at 5. I kind of messed up the, if you see here, material, I messed up the texture painting thing, something like that over here. So what you're supposed to do is to do it rightly. Anji, le jao. So in order to do it right, okay, it's a process. You have the model that you've modeled, okay, in the object mode. You have to go into edit mode. Okay, let's be in object mode. Search the tab here at the top if you cannot see it for whatever reason. So it's the tab here at the top to UV editing. With the object, With the object in edit mode, just UV unwrap it using Smart UV Project. We don't have to have creases or anything. It's just very basic. We just need to have some UV map. It doesn't have to be like perfect because we're not putting any labels or anything on this. Once you have the UV map, you go into texture paint. Okay. If there's nothing here, you come in here, you make a new image and name it whatever you want. Once that is done, next step is straight away go to shading. Inside your base color, add an image texture and drop down that thing which you made, 5 paint. Now once all of this is done, you come back to your texture paint, and before like doing that texturing thing, what you want to do is inside your brush settings, you want to come here and you want to set the mode to material and not single image, because it was that single image I was messing things up and I couldn't see that result in the rendered view, but it was showing in the viewport display for some reason. That's one thing. The other thing that is important to figure here is, if you see, which is the last thing I was working on, is the volumetric. I have keyframed this volumetric to be like going from, it should actually be a linear keyframe, right? If you see this, I have the fog selected from here to here. I've just slid the position. We're going to shading. Okay, no, there's a hold keyframe, so T linear. Yeah, so what I have to work on is that this fog, this just kind of clears out, and that's where our reveal is happening, and how the fog will be like throughout. So the volumetrics have to be worked on, and I think just a few things here and there. I'll just add some text and like maybe SFX and things, and I have to still figure why it's not sticking here. Maybe the chocolate material has to be worked on a little. I am proud to say that we are more than 92% done with this video, and okay, I'll get to why the super dead or whatever. A big part of that is dad's work, because as I've been mentioning in the past few videos, that dad's work is now taken a very serious form, so that is taking a real toll on my head. It's amazing. I love it. I love every bit of coordinating with these senior people in a prestigious company like Star Plus and doing work for them. It's all amazing, it's all very good, but managing that along with the full-time job, along with the third thing being making these 3D projects, which are, as much as I love them, they are a pain, because at every single step I have to figure things out, and if it wasn't for Reddit, half of my questions would never be solved. So thank you, Reddit. Appreciation. Like, these 3 things are very kind of bogging me down. Like, my dad always tells me that when you're 23, 24, I'm 23, I'll be 24 in 3 months, you can even work 24 hours a day. And for somebody like me who's such a work freak, who so enjoys working all the time, who feels like work is everything, like if I have a day, I don't remember the last day which wasn't where I didn't work, must be one of those days where I felt sick and I had to take a sick leave in the past 2 years or so. Yeah, I just so enjoy the process of working and hustling that even for somebody like me, it's like, okay, yeah, it's getting a little too much. So naturally, the next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is a holiday from the full-time job, which is very much needed, because I'm almost like breaking to crumbs and pieces, like these almond pieces falling from the top. But it's good, right? This is exactly what I asked for. This is exactly what I prayed for back in February 2021, when I was kind of lost. Like, dad's work wasn't there, Les Mills had stopped, there wasn't like any proper kind of work to do, no proper income of sorts. The only thing I prayed for was, please God, give me so much work that I do not have to think about what to do the next second. That's how busy my schedule should be, and it is right now. I don't have the time to sit and think what needs to be done. Everything is so stacked up, and yet I feel like it just brings me back to, like, at no point in life do you know what you want, because what you want, even if you get that, you're still going to be unsatisfied, you're still going to be unhappy. So the key to being happy, I think, is just accepting the present moment. And the present moment is not about the job, the full-time job and dad's work and these 3D projects. No, these are things in my mind. My mind is living either in the past or in the future. The present moment is this very moment when I am recording this session, when I'm thinking about how life is right now. As long as you're in this moment and you're just content with this particular, it's like running a marathon, right? If you're like 10% done with the marathon and you are feeling dead, you cannot continue. Thinking about the fact that, oh, I have 90% of the marathon yet to run is not going to help you out in any way. But if you try thinking about just the 11th% of the run, I'm going to focus on this 1% right now, trying to get it right, and then the next 1%, and then the next 1%. That's what life is like. If every single moment you can be in that moment and just be concerned with that particular moment and not about like the bigger picture. Of course, bigger picture is important to set goals and stuff, but sometimes just step back from the bigger picture and be in this moment. I think that's where happiness can be found. And yeah, that was a bit of a philosophical rant I went on today because I wanted to. And I think inthekhud is such an amazing way for me to just express all these thoughts that come into my mind in real time. Even though I haven't been reading, but I have been kind of living and kind of interacting kind of doing a lot of things in the past 2 years, which are like experiences that are shaping the way I'm thinking about life right now. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try and make sure that this video goes on my Instagram feed and my YouTube channel maximum by tomorrow, EOD. And anything else that I have to document. If you like the emitter play in instance is real, that's all I discussed. Thanks so much for being in the khud. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.